And so they came, at a friend's behest.
Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV with the Rude Man. As we ended the last episode, we had several things going on. I ran all the way down to the bottom of this cavern here and realized I hadn't talked to Y'shtola. So we had to come all the way back up and talk to her just to go all the way back again. But in the meantime, I went into the town here and picked up a quest that's going to give us something to do on the way down that will give us an Ethernet current. So we're going to do that, and then we can turn it back in when we come back up out of the cavern. I just noticed I have a spider crawling up my shirt. I wonder if I should be scared. Yeah, I don't think so. All right, let's go back down to Matoya's cave. So I looked on the way up here, and there is, we have all of the, let's see, we're right here in that center one. Where are we at? Over that way. In the center one, the Dravarian hinterlands. We have all 4 of the ones we have to find in the world, and we have one of the 5 that we have to do in a quest line. So the quest that I just picked up from, I call her Mountain Dew. That's not her name. Anyway, that we picked up from her is one of the Aetheryte quest lines, and it should be over here. Where are we? There she is, up there. Midnight Dew. That's kind of a Mountain Dew. Just at midnight. Hey, Midnight. Well met, lad. Now, here's the plan. Considering the weight of the stuff they stole, they won't get far on foot. Chances are they've got a boat hidden somewhere. I'll get onto my crew and have them stake out the riverbank. In the meantime, I want you to search the ruins for whatever you can find. Might be the bandits are lying low out there, or maybe they're stashed the loot and moved on. If you should chance on any of my belongings, I'd be obliged if you'd bring them back to me. No problem, girlie. Let's see, where are these guys at? I think they're around the corner. Look at all the ivy growing on these places. Is that a good thing? Does that work for insulation? Or does it just make a big-ass mess? And does it affect the building at all, as far as the construction? Here we go. Evidently, they haven't run off. Oh boy, there's a ton of them. Whoa, somebody else up here. Whoa. Is there somebody else up here? There is. Did I even hit any of those guys? Oh, there they go. There they go. I didn't hit a one of them. Well, actually, I had to hit one of them or I wouldn't have got credit for the quest. Okay, you may wonder what happened there. There is a setting that you can put on. I can't remember exactly where it's at. All right, so it's in the first control settings there. If you click on that, and in the general, under the general tab, not the target, but the general tab, if you go clear down at the bottom, quest progress settings. Okay, what this is, it says hide nearby players when it's close to a quest NPC, or also hide them if they're party members and friends. Hide nearby players when interacting with other NPCs. So what that means is, if, let's say there's a quest giver standing right here, and you come running up the stairway, and there's 10 or 20 players that are all trying to get this guy's attention, and you can't see him, you're trying to get in there and do your job. Well, what that setting does is it makes everybody around this guy disappear so you can't see them, so that you can get to the guy. It's very frustrating if you're in the middle of a town and you got 100 people trying to get to one quest giver. Like if there's a new quest line that comes out and everybody wants to do it at the same time, but you can't find it, or somebody's sitting on an elephant and they get up close and you can't see past their damn elephant. Well, what those settings do is they make all that disappear. And that's what happened there. I didn't see that somebody else was fighting those guys. And I thought, wow, they're going down and I'm not even touching them. Okay. Now, I think she's still here. I think. So I think I can turn this in before we go back down and find Estola. I don't think she goes back to town yet, is what I'm saying. Let's find out. She should be. There she is. Yes, she's still here. Great. She didn't make me have to go clear back into town. I like it. Service with a smile. Midnight Mountain Dew. We're back. Got your stuff, girl. How goes the search adventure? Did you find anything? Sure did. My stock. Well, 1 chest worth in it, anyway. There's still some missing, but this is a damn good start. You got the nose of a bloodhound, lad. I'll be wanting a lend of that sniffer of yours to track down the rest of my property. And there's our current. Sweet. Yeah, no, I'm not going to finish this quest, so you're not getting my sniffer. Tell you what. Keeping it to myself. Look, I got a Mountain Dew, and it's cold. Oh my God, it is cold. Whoa! Makes it so refreshing. I'm being targeted left and right. Leave me alone. And we're right back where we were. If I'd have read the instructions, which I didn't. I never do. This way? This way? This way? There's the Froggy Dews. I'm lost. I'm lost. There we go. All right. I'm back. Hey, Estola. Alphino. I've heard other people call him Alphanod. I've called him that myself. This is the entrance. You seem unconvinced, Roland. Well, that'll only add to the surprise then. A word of warning before we proceed. Stubborn geniuses make poor hosts, and time will have done naught to improve my master's temperament. She's a holy bitch. She's just typical old lady. Doubt not, but that there will be sentinels and traps, both to deter unwanted guests, but will not be deterred, will we? Go on, touch the wall yonder. You will want to have your weapon near at hand. Well, thanks for the warning, and don't scare me any. It's an icy wall. It's an icy wall. Holy smokes, it's super frogs. Kermit the Frog with canes. and magic. They're throwing water at me. I'm getting all wet. Oh my God. Well, my clothes will be clean if I don't drown first. Alrighty then. There we go. So that wasn't so bad, Stola. Oh, don't talk to Alphino. Oh, don't talk to that guy. Those sentinels may suffer to discourage the average trespasser, but not the warrior of light. The way should now be clear. Come, let's go and see my master. There's the door.
Don't you know it's rude to enter without knocking? The youth of today. No manners at all.
Though
Master.
we neglected to knock, we did create something of a commotion. I had hoped that would suffice.
Heavy-handed as ever, I see. And still not a hint of grace. Some things never change.
To give credit where credit is due, I learned from the best. It has been too long, Master Matoya.
Indeed it has. Oh, it's good to see you again, my girl. And with your fiery spirit unquenched. But look at you, all grown up and womanly.
That's true. If you go back to A Realm Reborn, when we first started the game, she looks quite different. She kind of looks a little girlish back then. And now she looks like a full-grown woman.
The one there in the fancy duds. That's Louis Soir's granddaughter, I take it?
Granddaughter.
Grandson, begging your pardons. You knew my grandfather, my lady.
Knew him? Ha! We were constantly at each other's throats. Like rabid dogs we were. Oh, he was a stubborn bugger, was your grandfather. Never a dull moment when he was around, though, I'll give him that. As for you, boy, I've known you since you were a rosy-cheeked babe at the teat.
Oh, my goodness. Enough embarrassing stuff.
And my sister too, I gather. May I say what an honor it is to meet you again, my lady?
Spare me the hollow pleasantries, boy. I'll wager my remaining good teeth you didn't come to a forgotten corner of Eorzea to flirt with a wrinkly old woman. Now out with it. What is it you need of me?
Okay, I apologize. I've got sound dampening headphones on, and I didn't realize that my air conditioner's still running. So, let me take care of that. I'll be right back.
Azizla. I never thought I'd hear that name again.
You are familiar with it.
As familiar as one can get from poring over musty old tomes. The Alagons set the Isle afloat not long before the sun set on their empire. Old Louis Soir and I often talked about it. The place is home to a research facility dedicated to finding ways of mastering mighty beings, such as primals and dragons. And find ways it did too, frightening ones. Such secrets as lie buried on Azizla aren't fit to see the light of day. And now you tell me a band of dragon-baiting primal botherers are trying to dig them up?
Indeed. And to make matters worse, the Ascians have a hand in their plot. They must be stopped, no matter the cost.
I see. Very well.
Nice hat she's got there.
You will help us then? Truly. I had not anticipated such an impassioned response. Could it be that the presence of young blood has stirred your own?
Pushing buttons, are we?
Some things never change. One day that pertness is going to cost you your tail, my girl. Don't say I didn't warn you.
All right, what else has she got to say? Oh, she's got another ether current. Matoya is in no mood to reminisce. She's a moody old booger.
'Twas some 50 years ago, shortly after Garlemald had brought all of Ilsabard under its rule. Faced with the threat of invasion, the people of Sharlayan scrambled about for a means to resist the Empire. For my part, I was tasked with developing an etheric converger.
A what?
Ah, yes. A device which draws in ether and concentrates it to produce a destructive force.
But as my research neared its end, it was denounced by the Forum, who claimed that my device was more likely to destroy us than our enemies.
Well, that wouldn't be good.
After that, they and I had a little falling out, and I decided to seal away all the fruits of my research, lest the dunder-headed ingrates reap any benefit. Petty, I know, but gods, it was satisfying.
Cranky.
Do mine ears deceive? 'Twas you, was it not, who was so fond of saying that all knowledge exists to advance mankind, that how it is used depends on us?
I don't remember. Perhaps. All right, yes. It was a pet phrase of mine. And that should give you a notion of how sick and tired I was of those spineless wretches of the Forum. All talk and no trousers, that lot. That's why I decided to remain behind, rather than join the Exodus.
You may have had your disagreements with my grandfather, but upon that point, your minds were as one.
So she's not got any problems being all alone? Well, she does have her frogs, I guess.
With respect, Master, the fruits of your research should not be left to spoil. Will you share with us the secrets of the etheric converger?
The etheric converger, is that like a flux capacitor?
Aye, I will. All the information you need is contained in a tome I wrote on the subject. But you'll have to fetch it from the forbidden section of the Great Library.
The Great Library. That sounds like a dungeon if I ever heard one.
You were not exaggerating when you said that you had sealed it away. Though the city is abandoned, the library's guardians are all but certain to remain. We must needs cut a path through them. Come, let us away.
Why is she looking at me when she said we have to go and fight?
Not so fast. You don't expect that you can just waltz on in now, do you?
What she want us to do? Work? Clean the place up. It needs a sweeping. All right, let's find out what she wants. She wants something before we take off. Oh, the Great Library's guardians shouldn't pose any difficulty for a hero like you. But if it turns out you aren't up to the task, well, then I'll know you can't be trusted with something as dangerous as the etheric ram. I'll put a pair of familiars at your disposal. One of the Paragos who will help you locate the tome. The other's that broom yonder, Who'll let you into the library? Well, what are you waiting for? Introduce yourself, boy. Well, at least she knew I was a boy and not a granddaughter like Alphino. All right, that's the one we're supposed to talk to, but this one over here has something else. Another wind current. Sorrow Rogo is a picture of nervous energy. What do you want us to do? It's a little task, is it? Woe is me, Ribbit. Mistress Matoya will have my hide. You're our guest, and yet you would lend me your aid? Well, thank you, kind adventurer. I'm in your debt. Permit me to introduce myself, Ribbit. I am Sorrow Rago, a humble servant of Mistress Matoya. I am tasked with picking leaves from her herb garden, from which I make her tea. Alas, drawn to the medicinal properties, bugs are recently taken ravaging the herbs. I attempted to get rid of these pests, but they are too much for me alone. I would be grateful if you could eliminate them in my stead. All right, something to do, I guess. We'll help. That's what we do. What's this broom guy do? Is this guy supposed to let us in? Greetings, good sir. I am Broomsy, my lady's servant of some 50 years. May I say that an honor it is to serve you. I'm given to understand you wish to enter the great Gooble Library. To find it, pray head east upon leaving this cave. The building will come into view shortly after you reach the collapsed bridge. I shall go and fetch my fellow familiar on my way to the entrance. When your preparations are in order, pray come and meet me there. It will be my pleasure to unlock the door for you. Well, we got a couple things to do. We got to take care of the bugs that little toad wants us to do. Need to find the library. And such. Oh, here we go. We got bugs, and more bugs here. Oh my, it wasn't kidding. These things are tough. They're eating me alive. Thank God I got my Kokobo to heal me up. What is there? 3 of them? All right, here's the second one. I don't have anything. I got slug shot, split shot, and clean shot, and that's about it. In this case, as long as I'm getting healed, it's just a matter of time. I just keep whacking on them until they go down. All right, two down, 1 to go. There we are. All righty, hit it hard. I wonder what these things do to the tea. Maybe it's good for arthritis or something. There we go. Okay, so we'll be coming back. I'll turn it in when we come back. Oh, just hit my microphone. Holy smokes! We got to go up there. A cockatrice. Like a big dodo to me. I think it's cockatrice, but maybe not. Cockatrice. It's an extinct dodo. Well, that's an ugly looking thing. Not that. What was behind me? What's behind you? Don't look back. Don't look back. This right here, this is a quest for Summoner, which we are not right now. I wonder if that's where we're at, though. All right, let's talk to Broomsy. Broomsy, let us in. You stand before the great Google Library, one of Heideland's foremost repositories of knowledge. Alas, it has fallen into disuse since the Exodus and some summers since. In all those years, its halls have welcomed not the coming of a single soul. Its floors felt not the loving brush of a broom. Mine apologies, sir. Pray pay no mind to the dreams of a humble broom. You're doubtless eager to venture within and retrieve my lady's tome. I shall unlock the door at once. When you have what you seek, pray return to the cave and report to my lady. All right, here we go. This is ready. I need help, though. I can't do it by myself. So, if you'll give me just a moment, I'll go. Uh-oh. What's this? More crystals. Again, to reiterate, we received the crystals one at a time from Heideland. Then, when the dragon that took our powers away, he took all the crystals, and we're slowly getting them back. So we're slowly getting our power back from Heideland. Oh, there's the book. That frog was... Oh, yes, she said there was a frog that would show us which book to get. And by God, he did. Looks like an ordinary
book.
book.
This is the tome. Excellent.
Yes, indeed.
Let us take it to Master Matoya at once.
Well, let's. I like that hat he wears. It's cool. He's cool, man. Regular Fonzie. Now, let's see. What do we got left so we can fly? All right, we've got 3 that we have to get from quests, and I think we're on 1 or 2 right now that we get. So then that means we'll only have 1 more. Maybe. We skipped one, if you remember, from the little goblin Slowfix, or the friend of Slowfix, or there was one of those little goblins that gave us one that wants us to take out more Illuminati, and I said I would do it on the way out. I think that's going to be our last one. Tunnel, here we come. Master Matoya, we're on our way. I wonder if these are magic frogs. Can you imagine there's some kind of a toad that people, they lick and get some kind of hallucinogenic off? What a nasty thing. Yuck. Who would do that? Somebody that would sniff paint, I guess. You'd think there'd be another way to get the stuff besides licking it. All right, let's turn this in. That'll give us wind current. The bugs are no more. Thank you, thank you. Not only are you kind, but you are strong as well. Ribbit. Now I can resume my duties again, harvesting and making tea. It's all I am capable of. I'm a failed creation, you see. Unlike my mistress's other children, I'm incompetent and clumsy. For want of a task I could perform, she bade me serve her tea 7 times daily. But even in this, I needed assistance, Ribbit. Unless I make myself more useful, 'tis only a matter of time before my mistress removes my enchantment. Then I would revert to an ordinary toad, incapable of speech. I cannot bear the thought of that. I must become a better servant. I believe that I can do so. If only I knew what my mistress desires. Having received of her blessing, the brooms here are bound to possess this knowledge. Alas, they refuse to talk to me. But as you are our guest, they cannot willfully ignore you, even if they are not entirely cooperative or forthright. Please speak to them, Ribbit, and acquire the information I need to survive. I don't think I've ever done that. Not that I don't want to. I take it you found the tome? Well, let's see it then. Here you go. Well, this is it, all right. I must say, the experience brought back memories. Just like the old days. You still send people into the thick of danger as if it were nothing more than a mundane errand. But we were able to accomplish our tasks thanks to Pero Rogo. He's an eminently capable familiar, a creation worthy of the great Master Matoya, and to simply witness him in action gave me a better understanding of arcane in titles. So, in a way, we're helping out the little frogs. Should the opportunity present itself, I should very much like to employ this knowledge for the betterment of mankind, create a new variety of carbuncle, perhaps. Don't get ahead of yourself, boy. Louisoix's grandson or no, I'll take another decade under me before you can call yourself a scholar, and a deal more than that to make you a scholar worth a damn. As you may have gathered, Master Matoya, Master Matoya is not easily impressed. Indeed. So, shall we examine the tome? And there's another one. Now we have 2 more or 1 more? I'll have to look. Matoya's gaze is firmly fixed upon her tome.
I had not thought to behold this tome again.
You're gonna catch it on fire.
There. It is deciphered. Now your friend should be able to make sense of the contents. That said, it's one thing to understand the workings of the etheric converger, and another to actually make it work. You do realize how much ether is required?
Yeah, ether. Everything takes ether.
Sid is keenly aware of the energy dilemma. His airship is by no means large, and it can only bear a limited quantity of crystals.
If only we had white auracite in the etheric siphon.
Alas, Minfilia is missing along with both artifacts, and Moonbreeder is gone.
Would that there were another ready wellspring of energy for us to draw upon.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Why did it not occur to us before? We already have what we need. The eye!
Nidhogg's eye? Is that what you're talking about, boy?
It has been drawing ether into itself for as long as the great worms have lived. It is a veritable wellspring of energy.
It might just suit our needs. But is this energy something that can be harnessed at will?
Kind of.
I believe so, with the aid of the Azure Dragoon of Ishgard.
Yeah, because he's the only one strong enough to not get taken over by it. Although that may be premature.
Then it is settled. Let us return to the Holy See at once.
Stulla, wait.
All right, here it comes. She sees something. It's in the eyes.
When did the light fade from your eyes?
Yeah, she knows.
I might have known that it would not escape your notice. It has been this way since I returned from the life stream. An after effect of the teleportation magic I invoked, most like.
They are called forbidden spells for a reason. What were you thinking, girl?
Well, she only had one thing on mind, and that was staying alive.
I have no regrets. I but did what was necessary to preserve the light of hope, to keep my promise to Minfilia. Besides, it afforded me the rare opportunity to wander the ether, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
I need not tell you that it consumes your very life force to see by sensing the ether around you. Take care of yourself. Do you hear me?
Okay, now, do you understand what that means? It consumes her very life force to see by sensing the ether around her. Take care of yourself. Do you hear me? Okay, so what she's saying is, now, there is a little confusion about this. I'm of the school that Superman gets his power from sunlight, right? So as he's using his strength, he can replenish it by sunlight. In her case, she sees by drawing her power, her essence, to be able to see the ether around everything. Now, everything's made of ether. So in actuality, she can see things clearer than most people. Now, that doesn't mean that if she's looking at the sky, she can see what it looks like. But if she's looking at people, she can see, what they're feeling. It's kind of like Daredevil. He's blind, but he can see from what happened to him with the nuclear waste or whatever it was that he took. But here's the thing: a lot of people interpret what she said as "be careful because it consumes your very life force." A lot of people think that the more she uses it, she's killing herself. She's going to die earlier than normal. I don't think that way. I think it's more like Superman. When she eats food which has ether in it, if she breathes air which has ether in it, she's replenishing her life force. And that's what I think. And so, anyway, that's just me. I'm not the only one. The Japanese think that way, and they're the ones that made the game, so.
I will, Master Matoya. And thank you.
So she is blind, completely blind. But she can see as well as we can. Because everything's made of ether, and that's what she can see. All right, let's see what Alphino has to say. Thanks to your customarily heroic efforts, we now possess the knowledge to build an etheric ram. All that remains is to secure its energy source. Let's hasten back to Ishgard and consult Sir Emmerich regarding the eye. Okay, so I had a little bit of trouble during this live stream. I dropped some things, and so I kind of messed up a little bit. And I realized that I had a timer running, and I forgot to stop it. And then when I did stop it, I forgot to turn it back on, so I have no idea how long I've been recording. It may be longer than I want. So I'm just going to end it here because it's got to be at least as long as I need. And I'll catch you up in the next episode. Thanks for joining me. Ta-ta for now.